Dear students, welcome back. Today we will discuss the second part of Mending Wall, a poem written by Robert Frost. In the first part of the discussion, we have gone through the first 27 lines of the poem. The narrator and his neighbor meet on a spring day to rebuild the wall that divides their properties. The narrator says that something in nature doesn't like wall, whereas the neighbor is of the opinion that good fences make good neighbors. The poem presents two conflicting ideas. Well, now we will look at the remaining part of the poem. Just look at the lines. Spring is the mischief in me, and I wonder if I could put a notion in his head. Why do they make good neighbors? Isn't it where there are cows? But here there are no cows. Before I built a wall, I would ask to know what I was walling in or walling out, and to whom I was like to give offense. Here, the poet feels a little mischievous in the springtime. You know what is special about the season of spring? Spring is the most beautiful of all seasons, and all things in nature will have an unusual charm. It is the season of rebirth. It is the season of renewal. So here, the poet feels mischievous like children. Like a child, the poet feels mischievous. And he wants to make his neighbor rethink about whether a wall is necessary. He wishes to ask him some questions like, why do they make good neighbors? Isn't it true if the neighbor's cows get across his fields and vice versa? Remember, there are no cows for them. So, this is what is the argument of the poet, and it is repeatedly seen in the whole poem. And see, he adds, if he is supposed to build a wall, he would definitely ask himself what is to keep in and out, and who is going to get offended by this activity, who is going to suffer for the creation of a barrier. He would definitely ask himself. Now you look at the next few lines. Something there is that doesn't love a wall, that wants it down. I could say elves to him, but it's not elves exactly, and I would rather he said it for himself. Let's see what it means, okay? Here the poet repeats what he had already said. Something in nature doesn't like wall, and that something, or the unknown force in nature, wants to pull it down. He suspects that it may be the elves or the spirits who are unknown actually to human beings. And these unknown forces like elves or spirits are damaging the wall. He says that he could not convince this matter to his neighbor. Anyway, he's not sure about whether this is the task done by the spirits, so he leaves this job to his neighbor himself. He allows his neighbor to understand who is actually damaging the wall, to know who is actually damaging the wall. He says that his neighbor may find it by his own. Okay, let's move on. I see him there, bringing a stone grasped firmly by the top in each hand, like an old stone savage armed. He moves in darkness, as it seems to me, not of woods only, and the shade of trees. He will not go behind his father's saying, and he likes having thought of it so well. He says again, good fences make good neighbors. So here, the poet feels a little disappointed to see that his neighbor continues the work of rebuilding the wall. Now, he compares his neighbor to a savage in the old Stone Age. You know what a savage is? Who a savage is? A savage is an uncivilized or an uncultured person. His neighbor looks like a savage to him when he comes with stones in his hands, grasping tightly to the body. He moves in darkness too. There is darkness because of the woods and shade of the trees. But in the meanwhile, he repeats what his father had taught him. He is not ready to go beyond his father's belief, and he repeats it so often. What is his father saying? Good fences make good neighbors. So, my dear students, that's all about the first level reading of the poem Mending Wall. In the next session, we will look at other aspects of the poem. Thank you.